Nikki P. I'm going to jump right into today's email question, and yeah. Dear Nikki, I'm currently in high school, or I'm currently a high school senior, and I've been with my boyfriend since sophomore year. If it's God's will, we plan on starting our lives together after we graduate. Oh wait, I have to back up. Okay, so you've been since sophomore year, and so you're a senior. Okay. What are your thoughts/beliefs on high school sweethearts? What is your advice on making a marriage, or making a young marriage work? Thank you. Okay. So, here is my opinion on this. I mentioned this in my video that I did with Louise, or Sprinkle of Glitter, and that is that I don't think marriage has an age. I think that it's a case-by-case situation based on a bunch of different things. Where you are in your life, your maturity level in terms of communication with each other. I think a really big one is how you fight. I mean, you've been together for 2 years, so I'm assuming that means you've had fights. If you haven't ever fought, do not get married until you fight, because, I mean, Dan and I, you've been together longer than when we had our first fight, but we didn't even fight, like, at all for 8 months. Like, we literally didn't have our first fight for 8 months. So it takes time, and you always want to know how someone fights before you get married to them, because since life kind of has its ups and downs, you're gonna like encounter issues, and you want to make sure that the person that you're marrying is someone that you can actually fight and communicate and work things out with. Like, that's so important. And in terms of your age, I really think, like, whenever people have told me before, like, oh, getting married young, like, you change so much as you get older, I totally agree with that. You do change a lot as you get older. But I also think you change a lot if you wait longer, too. You know, that's why I think it's case by case. So if someone waits till their mid-20s, you know, it's like, they're still gonna change, because they're gonna go through the change of their life through having kids, buying a house. You never know, maybe a kid gets sick, or you lose a house, or you lose a parent. Like, life is just a constant series of change. So you just want to find someone that, you know, shares similar moral beliefs to you, that you know at the end of the day you both believe the same thing, because you can always come back to that regardless of each other if you're fighting, and your ability to communicate. You know, Dan and I, when we first got married, we actually lived in someone's garage. Now, it's not as crazy as it sounds. It was like a garage converted into like a little apartment, but it was hard. You know, we didn't have air conditioning for a while, we didn't have heating for a while, and it was really difficult. And we loved the people that we lived with. They were amazing, and we're so grateful for that time, because we decided when we got married, we were like, well, we're really young. We were 20, and I was like, well, we're really young. We can either stretch it and afford to live in like a nice apartment, like a complex. Burping. Kind of like where we live now. Like, now we live in like a complex with like a pool and jacuzzi and all that kind of stuff. You know, and we could do it, but we're pretty much not gonna be able to go out with our friends very much, or movies or anything like that. Or we could live somewhere really cheap and still like live our life. Because at our age, I mean, like, none of our friends were really married, and everyone was going out. We were like, we don't want to miss out on like this young time in our life, but we know we want to be together. So that's why we chose to live somewhere that didn't cost very much, and we went out with our friends all the time, to the movies, out to dinner. Like, we lived our life, you know. So everyone has to do what's right for them. But I would just say, this is a really long-winded spiel to say that if you fought, if you share the same moral beliefs, if you can figure out a way to make money, you know, if your parents are behind you, then I don't see anything wrong with that. Actually, funny enough, the people that we lived with when we first got married in their garage, they got married when she was 19, and I'm not sure how much older her husband is than her, but they got married young. And yeah, they're still together. They have a really cute little boy. But yeah, I think it's a case-by-case thing. I mean, I remember when Dan and I got married, and before we got married, people were just like so rude about the fact that we were young, and were telling us like, oh yeah, we'll give that a minute, like a hot second, you know. And I don't know, that's just, you have to do what's right for you. That's my point. And if it's right for someone to wait till they're older, then that's right for them. And if it's right for you to get married when you're younger, then that's right for you. So that is my answer. All right, guys, so that is all for today. Send your messages to asknikkiP@gmail.com or #AskNikki, and I will see you guys next time. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. Bye, guys.